Hey guys, what is going on? I go by the name of PETEONTHEBEAT. Before I start the whole video with the explications and everything, I want to do a special shout out to that one guy online, Omad vegan. Basically this guy just did a shout out and mentioned me in one of his latest videos, so I definitely encourage you to go and visit his YouTube channel. In the description box down below I will put a link to his YouTube channel. This is basically a dedicated YouTube channel for like combining vegan lifestyle and the 1 meal a day plan eating pattern, or whatever you prefer to call it. So I definitely encourage you to basically subscribe to this YouTube channel, especially if you're a vegan. I definitely believe you're gonna be able to find some amazing information like cooking videos for vegans and all that good stuff. So if you're a vegan or if you're a vegetarian and whatnot, go and subscribe to this YouTube channel, that one guy online, Omad vegan. As I've mentioned, I'm gonna put a link to his YouTube channel in the description box down below. So again, I would like to thank you, that one guy online, aka Omad vegan, for the shout out. And yeah, so with that being said guys, let's move to the training part of this video. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna show you how to not superset chest and back. This probably sounds pretty weird, and it is pretty weird, but I can ensure that it can be extremely effective as well. So before I start, I would like to point out something that you probably already know if you are a subscriber to this YouTube channel, because the chest and the back and the legs are probably but definitely my strongest body parts. I took a decision to start to train the chest and the back on one training session. So without further ado, we are going to start with the back. The main reason why I'm starting with the back is the fact that the back is the bigger muscle. You probably already know this, but here is the detail that I definitely encourage you to pay attention to, and this is the fact that whole thing with the prioritizing the bigger body parts, I really don't fuck with this thing. And this is something that you should do only if you have like the best proportions or something like this, some amazing proportions. You do not have any weaker areas, everything is great and everything is perfect. So with that being said, let's move to the first exercise. So the first two exercises guys were basically pull downs. I started with pull downs. I did like 5 to 6 sets. This is how I actually warmed the whole back. Before the actual training session I did a little bit of ab training and a little bit of calf training. This is what I typically do in order to warm and basically prep my whole body for the actual training session. So I did behind the neck and regular pull downs. I used the widest possible grip, and as long as for the positioning of my thumbs, I alternated between what they call the thumbless grip, aka the suicide grip, not the suicide squat, and the regular grip. Why? Because I believe like the positioning of the thumbs really makes huge difference. I do believe that playing with the grips, the positioning of your thumbs, and even with the angles can definitely help you get better stimulation. As you can probably see, back is one of my strongest body parts, and I definitely believe I know how to train back, so I encourage you to give this one a try. So after I finished with the 2 pulling movements, I did 2 rowing movements. First one is the dumbbell rows. The reason why I started with the dumbbell rows instead of with the seated cable rows is because I prefer to basically prep each of my back sides, I guess, individually. I definitely believe I'm gonna be able to get a better stimulation on the seated rows with the cable if I perform the dumbbell rows before the seated rows. This is how I feel about it. I guess you can go either way, but this is what works for me. So this is the typical algorithm that I typically prefer to follow, I guess. I hope that makes sense. So the whole thing with the dumbbell rows, you can do like the bench supported dumbbell rows, but for me personally, the stimulation that I'm able to get with the standing dumbbell rows is incomparable to the stimulation that I'm getting from the bench supported. And the reason for this is because the standing dumbbell rows, I always talk about this, allows me first of all to really twist my wrist, there is a rhyme as well, twist my wrist like this. And the second detail is the fact that I'm able to get full range of motion. I got pretty long arms, pretty long humerus bone in general. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm 6.3, and for me it's all about getting that painful deeper stretch at the bottom of the movement. this particular situation. I did 10 to 12 reps, 5 to 6 sets, nothing crazy. I don't have to move a lot of weight, as you can probably see. And then I went straight to the seated rows. This time I prefer to use the regular close grip. You probably already know that typically I prefer to use, like in over 80% of the time, the crossover handles instead of the typical close grip on this particular exercise. But this time I took a decision to use the typical close grip, and I try to keep my lower back arched. You're gonna be able to see this right now on the screen, and of course on the additional gym footage that I will provide in the end of this video. But on the other hand, I also try to bend my upper back slightly. This is something that I typically prefer to do strategically because it allows me to get that deeper stretch at the bottom of the movement, I guess. I'm not so sure if this is the bottom of the movement, but I am pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's all about making the things more painful. For me, it's not about moving more weight, it's not about like doing specific compound movements or whatever. It's all about overtaxing a specific area, isolating and overtaxing that specific area, and if possible not overtaxing my nervous system. This is the way how I prefer to train, and this is the way that allows me to train more and more, which means that I'm able to train each and every body part a lot more frequently and throw more and more nutrients from my one meal a day, which in my personal opinion is hell of a benefit. This is like a favorite phrase of mine nowadays. So yeah guys, those were all of the exercises for back, and after the back training I went straight to 3 exercises for chest. The first one are crossovers, the second one are some incline dumbbell flies, and the third one are dumbbell presses from the incline. So the only detail that I would like to point out for this chest training is the fact that I mostly prefer to rely on fly type of movements. I do not do a lot of pressing movements. I really do not find the pressing movements that beneficial. On the other hand, they're way more taxing to my nervous system, so I prefer to keep 1 or 2 max, like for the whole session. So for the most part I always try to make sure that I control the movement. I really don't try to move a lot of weight, as I already mentioned, and this is basically I try to get deeper stretch. For the most part I try to target my lower inner chest and my upper chest as well, and I do believe I accomplished this goal. And on the other hand, as I've already mentioned, chest is one of my strongest body parts, and as you can probably tell, I'm chest dominant type of individual. I have this like chest dominant type of physique. I hope that makes sense. So yeah guys, this is basically it. I hope you find this video helpful and useful. I hope you basically enjoy the video. If so, please do not hesitate and click on the thumbs up button down below. If you're interested in more videos like this one, or similar videos for 1 meal a day, cooking and all types of stuff basically, you can feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. You probably already know that I'm gonna be happy as fuck if you do this. Besides this, you can feel free to follow me on Instagram. Instagram is instagram.com/PETEONTHEBEAT, and you can also visit my website, where I'll probably start to upload more articles. I really wanna step up my writing game and whatnot, so you can visit my website. That is PETEONTHEBEAT.com. You can check some music entirely done by me. The whole website is entirely done by me as well. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Shout out to that one guy online, and good luck with your chest and back training. Yeah, peace.
This is